Amazon's Invincible aims to answer one simple question. What does it mean to be a hero? What does it mean to be? The show's story follows Mark Grayson, superhero named Invincible, as he gains his innate powers and learns both the highs and hardships of being a hero. The beautiful animation, uncompromising fight scenes, and sincere emotional beats all compose a painstaking peer into the show's realistic and unforgiving superhero world. But I would argue another component of the show plays just as important of a role in highlighting Mark's journey as that being the title cards. While they can initially be brushed off as a comical bit of sorts, I would argue the title cards importantly demonstrate the progression of Mark's journey, with each season's title cards having their own unique color scheme and motif to convey where Mark currently stands. Season 1 begins with the title card proudly displaying Mark's superhero name in his signature yellow and blue. This exciting display highlights the naive and inexperienced Mark finally becoming the superhero he has always dreamed of being, a superhero just like his father, the world's most powerful hero, Omni-Man. Then we get to the end of the first episode. And we realize that the real world is nothing like Mark's innocent dreams. As Mark tries to help fill the void left by the heroes murdered by his father, he is repeatedly beaten down, physically and emotionally, as he learns what the life of someone of his powers really has to offer. The title cards chillingly reflect this truth, splattering more and more blood across the once clean yellow and blue visuals as the episodes progress, reaching the climax of the season's finale, when Mark finally learns the truth about his father's sinful acts and the true sinister nature of his Viltrumite blood. We see the title card become fully enveloped in blood and darkness, locking away the wide-eyed innocence Mark once had as he now faces his father to protect the world. Season 2 picks up on this somber note as Mark helps rebuild after the destruction his father created, still heavily traumatized from the events of the previous season. Over the course of the next 6 episodes, Mark continues to grapple with separating himself from the shadow and legacy of his father, constantly having to convince himself that he's not like him in terms of both his character and how he fights the Earth's enemies, choosing to hold back and use less violence, even if it results in greater harm to himself. As he begins to come to terms with who he wants to be as a hero, the bloodied and darkened title screen from Season 1's finale begins to crack and shatter, re-revealing the pure black and blue title card that foreshadows the more serious Mark we see after Season 2. Season 3 then brings its own unique title card dynamics, with each episode's color scheme representing one of the many invincible variants our heroes face in the Invincible War later in this season. While these villainous variants of Mark are horrible in their own distinct ways, we see some of their characteristics come through in Mark's actions throughout each episode as Mark grapples with his anger, morality, and helplessness. In conclusion, Invincible's title cards are by no means the only factor in making the show, in my eyes at least, a masterpiece. But there's something to be said about each title card's meticulous design choice and color scheme. Choices that smoothly bring us back into the show's world, while reminding us of Mark's place in his arduous and unforgiving journey.